It looks like the King of Chaos might be plotting his return. Conor McGregor, the most polarizing figure in MMA history, is teasing fans once again. This time, it's not just about whiskey or wild tweets. It might actually be about fighting. In a new video shared to Instagram, McGregor grins wide and points to a bandage on his shoulder. The caption, "I gave my first blood test, that is what the plaster is on my shoulder. I am ecstatic. I'm in shape." If true, it means McGregor has finally re-entered the UFC's drug testing protocol, the first real step toward making a comeback. And not just any comeback. We're talking about a return at a rumored UFC event like no other, a fight card at the White House. Yes, you heard that right. The idea, reportedly backed by both UFC CEO Dana White and former President Donald Trump, would celebrate America's 250th Independence Day in July 2026. McGregor wants in, and so do others, including retired legend Jon Jones. But before we get ahead of ourselves, let's get one thing straight. According to the official UFC anti-doping program website, McGregor still hasn't been officially logged for a test in 2025. So far, the only proof is his own social media, and some blurry Instagram stories showing blood and urine samples. Verifiable? Not quite, but if history's any guide, McGregor doesn't bluff when it comes to spectacle. The last time he stepped into the octagon was in July 2021, at UFC 264 in Las Vegas. That night ended in disaster. McGregor snapped his leg in round 1 against longtime rival Dustin Poirier. It wasn't just a loss, it was the kind of injury that threatens entire careers. And yet, there was a comeback planned. UFC 303. June 2024, McGregor vs. Michael Chandler. Fans were hyped. Posters were printed. Then came the toe injury, and with it, another delay. If he really does fight again in July 2026, it'll be 5 full years since his last bout. And McGregor will be 38 years old. Still, this is Conor McGregor. The man who became the UFC's first simultaneous 2-division champion. The man who sold out arenas before he even fought for a belt. The man who boxed Floyd Mayweather in front of the world. He's also the man who, outside the cage, has been anything but quiet. Recently, McGregor has been dealing with more than just training camp setbacks. A fire broke out at his Black Forge Inn in Dublin, his signature pub. He's also facing a civil lawsuit in Miami, stemming from a sexual assault allegation. And that's on top of a separate case in Dublin, where he was already found liable in another sexual assault incident from 2019. Oh, and in case that wasn't enough headlines, McGregor is also a part owner and public face of the bare-knuckle fighting organization BKFC, proving he never strays too far from the combat spotlight. So what's next? If the drug tests are real, if he clears the anti-doping protocol, and if the UFC really is planning a White House event for July 2026, then McGregor could close out his legendary and chaotic career on one of the biggest stages the sport has ever seen. But that's a lot of ifs. For now, all we have is a plaster on his shoulder, a few enthusiastic words, and one certainty. When it comes to Conor McGregor, nothing is ever simple. And the whole world will be watching, waiting to see if the Notorious really steps back into the cage, or if this is just one more tease in the long, strange saga of MMA's most unpredictable star.